In this lesson, we are going to learn how to subtract two numbers that are larger numbers with actually the largest place value being in the thousandth place. The number we're going to use first is 5,762. We're going to subtract from that number 4,874. Two things need to be sure whenever you're lining up your numbers and writing your numbers to set up your subtraction problem. First, you need to make sure that your larger number is on the top. Since we look in the greatest place value, which is the thousands place, and we see that 5 is larger than the 4, we know that our larger number is on top. Second, you need to be sure that all of your columns are lined up. Our ones place is lined up with our ones place in each number. Tens places are lined up in each number. Hundreds places are lined up in each number, and so on. Now, we're going to use the trade first method. In the trade first method, the first step is trading. We trade whenever any digit on the top is smaller than the digit on the bottom. So let's first look at our ones place. We're going to start on the right hand side. In our ones place, we see that the 2 on the top is smaller than the 4 on the bottom. Therefore, we need to trade first before we can start to subtract. To trade and make that 2 a larger number, we look to the place right beside it. That's the tens place. We borrow a 10 from the 6, which will make our 6 tens go to 5 tens. And we give it to our 2. When we give our 2 10 more, we put a 1 in front of it, and that makes it 12. So now we see that our 12 in our ones place is bigger than our 4. We're ready to subtract in our ones place. Let's look at our other places to be sure that every top digit is larger than the digit on the bottom. Okay, in the tens place, now instead of having a 6, we have a 5 now. We borrowed from that 6. Our 5 is smaller than the 7 below it, so we need to make that 5 larger. Just like we did from the place before, we're going to look to the next largest place to borrow a 10, and the next largest place from our tens would be our hundreds place. This 7 will become a 6 when we borrow a 10 from it, and our 5 will now become a 15. Now our 15 is larger than our 7 in our tens place. Let's check the other digits. 6. 6 is smaller than our 8 in our hundreds place. Just like we did before, to make that 6 bigger, look next door, look to the neighbor next door. Our 5 will become a 4. We'll give that 10 to our 6 in our hundreds place, and that'll become a 16. Now, let's look at all the places that we have and all the digits that we have. We see that in our ones place, we are subtracting 12 from 4. 12 is larger than 4. Let's look at our tens place. We'll be subtracting 7 from 15. Our 15 on the top is larger. Let's move to our hundreds place. Top number is 16, bottom number is 8. Our 16 is larger than 8 in our hundreds place, so we are ready to subtract there. And in our largest place, thousands place, both numbers are the same, so we are ready to subtract. Remember to be sure that all of your top digits are larger or the same as the digits on the bottom. Let's start at our ones place. 12 minus 4 is 8. Move to your tens place. 15 minus 7 is 8. Move to your hundreds place. 16 minus 8 is 8. Move to our thousands place. 4 minus 4 is 0. And we are finished. And we actually are going to take that 0 out because we do not need to write a 0 if it's in our largest place value. Only if it's a placeholder. So let's estimate to see if our answer is correct, or close to correct. We have 5,762. Round to the largest place value, which is the thousands. Look to the digit to the right. That 7 tells us to raise the score. So 5,762 would round to 6,000. Let's look at our number on the bottom, 4,874. Look to the largest place value, which is our 4. Look to the digit to the right. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. The 8 in the hundreds place tells us to raise our thousands place to a 5,000. If we were to subtract our estimate, our answer would be 1,000, which is greater than 888, but we can see that it is a reasonable answer from our estimate, and 888 is your correct answer. A couple steps to remember. Make the larger number on the top when you're lining up your columns to set up your problem. Trade first to make each digit larger than the digit below it, then subtract.